Hey, what's up, family? Hope all is well. I'm gonna try to make this as quick as possible, but sometimes um, energy takes over and I never write stuff down, so sometimes I go off script and I forget where I am. I want to apologize, first of all, because when I have thoughts, when I'm initially given thoughts or messages, and it's the energy and spirit is high. I want to, I wish in those moments I was always free to do a video right then and there, um, so that you could fully get the passion and the energy. And when I don't do it right there on the spot, when I plan on doing it later, a lot of times it loses the spark, the gusto, and some of the stuff I may forget. So I apologize for that. And I also want to apologize because I have very low energy right now. I'm really sleepy. So please forgive me. I'd actually thought about going live also because, there are times like since I don't write stuff down in between, I could check in with you guys and probably remember where I was, or the conversation may go somewhere else, and then I pushed it off to the side. So I just relaxed. Today's my relaxed day, and that's what I did. But I finally said, let me attempt to give a little bit of this word so that I don't forget it altogether. At least if I give it now, there'll be the little bit I remember. But see, I'm already all over the place. But one of the things I often say, and it's so valuable to me, it's so important. I don't ever want it to be just words. I don't want it to be just a catchphrase or just words you say. But it's very important um, that you love yourself, that you like yourself, that you are honest with yourself, that you respect yourself. And I say those things because they take us everywhere we need to go in life. Everywhere we go, there we are. Um, and there's this wisdom, as you really get to, as you are intentional about knowing yourself and loving yourself and being honest with yourself and showing up unapologetically authentic. Um, it makes a difference. I just, I'm getting sidetracked already, my brain. But, you know, life does not come with instructions. Although all throughout life, there have been people who have told you, who have told us, who laid out a blueprint of how you're supposed to be or what you're supposed to do and how you're supposed to live and react and all that other stuff. And then there's a thing of there's an exception to every rule. And I believe the reason they say there's an exception to every rule is because the rules don't apply to everybody anyway. Um, and that's why so many people find themselves in so many situations where they second guess themselves, where they doubt themselves, where they beat themselves up, where they feel guilty, where they hold themselves hostage. And for me, it's just very important to learn your truth, accept your truth, live your truth, respect your truth. If you don't like your truth, if you don't like elements of your truth, if you find that your truth is harmful to yourself or to others, by all means, make the necessary steps to make the changes that you see fit that will help your situations. Everybody's journey is different. Everybody's situation is different. There are some things that we'll encounter that are just alike, and the answers, the solutions are just alike. And that there are some things that we've gone through the same exact thing, that the situation was the same, the circumstances was the same, but the way we deal with, heal from, get through, learn and grow from are totally different. What works for me may not work for you. And there's nothing wrong with that. Doesn't mean it's good, bad, or indifferent. It is just different. And we have to, they've been saying, let's normalize, 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 which is what it is. We need to normalize being different, normalize diversity, accept and respect other people's rights to live their lives as they please and to make the choices that they make. Um, I've said often, and I'll continue to say, as we learn, we grow, we make adjustments, amendments, and we change. So if I stand firm on something today and I get a new revelation or have a change of thought tomorrow, it's okay. It is okay. Too many times, too many of us beat ourselves up or hold ourselves hostages or even lie to ourselves because of how people will perceive us. But one thing I know that I've experienced my whole life is people respect you more. They like you more. They accept you more when you're being yourself. Um, there's something about trying to fit in or trying to appease or trying to be something that you're not. The inauthenticity of that shows through. Even with, there's some people who are some really good actors and some can pull it off, but for the most part, trying to be something you're not, somewhere along the lines you forget who you're supposed to be, or you don't remember who the character, where this character is supposed to go when a circumstance appears or arises that you hadn't anticipated for. Um, and there's nothing to me showing the truth of who you are, giving people the option to make the best decision for themselves, whether they want to be around you, whether they want to distance themselves, whether they be around you at certain times. And then realizing that hopefully we're all learning and growing and we're not going to be the same as we always were. So it's I always try to give out the message of self-love and self-respect and, just loving and acknowledging yourself where you are in this moment. You can have plans and dreams and ideas and goals, and that is absolutely awesome. But even along our journeys, let's not get so busy or so caught up that we are not enjoying the journey. I think the journey is just as, if not more important than the destination. When we get to our destination, our desired goals, we can look back and be thankful. We can laugh. But more importantly, we can appreciate all the hard work, the time, the effort, the learning lessons, the missteps. I'm rambling, but the message of loving yourself is so important. And it doesn't mean that you're going to like yourself all the time and every decision that you make and all the feelings that go along with it. Don't beat yourself up. Live. Allow yourself the space to just be free. Forgive yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. Just take a breath, take a moment, take a pause if you need to. Whatever it is you need to do, do those things. It's your journey. Live it the way that you see fit. it's just, yeah, you have to just, it's very important to love yourself and to like yourself and to respect yourself and to be honest with yourself. Um, and when I speak, I'm not just speaking to you, or I'm definitely not speaking at you. I'm speaking to myself as well because I don't have all the answers and I don't profess to. I'm human, I'm just a vessel. I love when Spirit uses me. I love when I get positive feedback. It's a great thing. And I think about things like I've had over my life, and I'm sure most of you have, where people aren't as patient or kind or loving or understanding, and things happen. You know, whether it's a unreturned call or missed message or whatever, and you know, sometimes things happen. You don't always get the message, or you get sidetracked or whatever. And I look at, this past year, this pandemic, people out of work, bills piling up, health situations, everything is going on. And sometimes people get so caught up and so selfish and so sidetracked that they don't stop and pause and give grace to other people to realize that we all have something going on. And sometimes you just gotta stop when you're on the receiving end of somebody saying you didn't do this fast enough or you didn't do this at all, this and other. Sometimes you just have to stop. Not all the time. Sometimes you just gotta stop and realize they don't get it. They don't understand. And it's okay. Just don't take it personal. Take a breath, take a pause, have a conversation with them, explain to them, whatever. But I just, as I learn and grow, I want to help others if I can. And that's what it's all about. We share and care and pour into each other. We teach. And the things that we share, if it's for me, I take it. If it's not for me, I don't disregard it, because although it may not be for me personally, it may be for me later on in life, or it may be for me to help someone else. So respecting where people are, listening to their stories, even if you don't quite understand it. Respect the fact that people have feelings. We're all going through something, and yeah, but anyway, I just want to spread a little bit of love and positive energy and just let people know it's okay. Whatever you're feeling, whatever you're going through in the moment, how you respond to stuff, it's who you are. It's if you could do it differently, you probably would. So the fact that you're responding the way that you are with what you know says that it's okay. Stop beating yourself up. Stop being unfair to yourself. Stop holding yourself to a standard that you have not reached yet. Okay, like I said, it's okay to have plans and dreams and goals, but the right now is more important, because you have not gotten there. You may not get there. So tweaking and appreciating the journey and tweaking and growing and learning and doing things differently. I'm doing this, and then you realize that ain't quite working the way. Let me tweak this a little, or I'm not getting the responses I thought I was. Or when someone tells you how something you've done or said makes them feel, even if that was not your intention, it's important to acknowledge someone's feelings and just stop. Listen. Whoa, you know what? I apologize. Not, that ain't what I said. That ain't what. Stop and apologize. Acknowledge the fact that they felt some kind of way based on what you said or what you did or what you didn't say or didn't do. And then have a conversation about it. The one of the beautiful things about life for me is that I realized, like I said, there's no blueprint, there's no manuscript. Um, One size does not fit all. So that's why I often talk about, the loving yourself, the liking yourself, and the wisdom piece, because every situation is different. The energy is often different, the timing is different, and that makes a difference in how you respond and react to things, if you respond or react at all. So it's like when you hear certain things, like for me, when I'm sharing with you, I may say X, Y, and Z. When I'm saying it, I'm giving options, I'm giving solutions, I'm letting you know that you're not alone in how you feel, and that it's not the only way. So it's not like a blanket statement of this is what you're supposed to do. Loving yourself and liking yourself and giving yourself the freedom, giving yourself the permission to be human, giving yourself um, the forgiveness that you need, and just really, really in those moments acknowledging how you truly feel and operating from what you think is best in the moment, you know. And if sometimes it's how can I put this? It causes harm. In that moment, it's what you knew, it's what you had, and that's how it had to come out. But there are times when, and I can speak for myself, I did or said certain things in the moment with what I had, and after research or insight or experience, I've had to go back and apologize to people, and that's okay. And just tell them, what I knew at the time is what I knew. I see it differently now. I understand it differently now. I gotta, but love yourself, forgive yourself, be kind to yourself, be patient with yourself, be honest with yourself. And this journey of life is going to give you ups, downs, in betweens, seasons of joy, seasons of sorrow, seasons of sadness, seasons of happiness. I mean, emptiness sometimes, loneliness sometimes, celebrations. It's a whole lot, and it's often a whole lot to deal with. And again, there's no manuscript, there's no blueprint, but I just don't feel that anyone should ever have to go about this journey alone. I think there's always help. And sometimes, if not a good friend, a therapist, in your prayer time, in your meditation time, and sometimes just talking out loud, getting it out, just venting, screaming, yelling, talking it out, writing it down. Mental health is so important. And so protect your mental health, protect your peace at all costs. I feel like I'm rambling, but I'm praying that when I post this, it's going to, well, I already know it's going to touch who it needs to touch. And, if something's sparked and somebody may need this message, forward it to them. It may come back up, well, you may need it later, or someone else may need it. So I love you guys. Be kind to yourselves. Be honest with yourselves. Take a break. Allow yourselves all this space and time to grow, to learn, to laugh, to love, to fall apart in those moments that you need to, grieve in those moments that you need to, cry in those moments that you need to, celebrate, dance, party in those times that you need to, and know that you are not your actions. You are not what you did in the moment. There's always an opportunity. As long as you're alive, there's an opportunity to grow. There's an opportunity to do something different. So, I'm almost at 20 minutes. So I'm going to just say, happy Saturday. I love you. Take a moment to just be, what's the word I'm looking for? Be intentional about being kind and living your best life, whatever that is. And your best life today may not be the same thing that's going to be for your best life tomorrow. As we learn and grow, sometimes the tools, the road, things change, and that is okay. You have to know that it's okay. All right, I'm over 20 minutes, so I love you guys. Be safe. I hope this is a blessing to somebody.